I linked to Haven yesterday. The smell of its beach washed over me long before my vision cleared. With the veil of haze slowly lifting from my eyes, I forced myself to breathe very deeply. I had not told Atris I was doing this. He would have argued with me and told me again how dangerous it is to visit the prison ages before Tamana's linking chamber is built. But construction takes time, and I could no longer... I linked to Haven yesterday. The smell... Wait for him. The sight of the shipwreck rising out of the sea filled me with unexpected dread. Of course I'd known it would be there. I'd seen it countless times in Atris's viewer. But seeing it for real through slanted metal bars made me realize exactly what we'd done. I imagined the words my son would throw at me, and courage drained, away like summer wine. I did not try to signal him. I feel nothing but numbness now. It was my idea to write the chambers into existence, to bend the arts so that a secure room might be inserted in each age, with solid walls no force of man might break. Only then could we risk visiting our sons and leaving a Tamana linking book behind us when we left. It took me months to convince Atris this could work. But now that the chambers exist, and I will speak to my sons for the first time in years, I find myself not knowing what to say. How will I explain our decision to leave them prisoners? If hardship and isolation have not caused them to repent, as was our hope, what words will soothe the anger in their souls? Weeks have passed, and still I have not found the courage to link again. Perhaps it is just as well. Atris was not pleased when he learned what I had done. He begged me to have more patience, then put extra pressure on the Guild of Stonemasons to finish. Today they informed us that Tamana's chamber will be ready in 2 days. Had we been able to use the art to create it as we did with the ones in the prison ages, it would have already been finished. But things always take longer to build when you must do it by hand. Now Atris is looking forward to having our bedroom back. I should be too, but I keep wondering how I will be able to sleep there, knowing our sons are just a wall away. I worry how they'll act when they greet us, how different they will be from the laughing boys I remember playing with toy boats in Myst's reflection pool. They were happy then. We all were happy. Anna was still with us, and the love we shared as a family knew no bounds. Then Anna died, and our cozy world unraveled. To deal with the loss of his grandmother, Atris buried himself in work, spending less and less time with our sons. At 8 years old, Cirrus must have seen this as rejection. But even then his pride was too well formed to let it show. And as for Akinar, he'd never known how to appropriately channel his emotions. I do not excuse the crimes committed. Cirrus and Akinar shattered so many lives in far worse ways than Anna's death shattered ours. It's for this reason that I have stood by Atris's decision and left my sons imprisoned all these years. But I cannot escape my own culpability in this. For when Cirrus and Akinar needed me most, I was too consumed by sorrow to see. I am being torn in two. I am trapped between a mother's love for her children and a woman's loyalty to her husband. I don't know. It is so hard. I watch Atris and Akinar trying to communicate, and it feels like knife blades ripping through my heart. They don't know how to relate to each other. Akinar speaks only from emotions, and Atris fears he's made his son a savage. Only my presence keeps things from fraying. It's easier with Cirrus, They share a love of science, and Sirius's willingness to discuss advancements he's made ignites a similar excitement in Atris. Yet even then, Atris doesn't believe. He's unwilling to trust because he knows what monsters they have been. I must find a way to resolve this. I must break through Atris's doubts and get him to see what he cannot. It's been a long time since I've written in this journal. I thought perhaps I had lost it, but while repotting plants in my study, I found it behind one of the incubators. It must have fallen there when Atris reconfigured the generator. No matter, I have it now. Yisha asked me today if Atris and I are still arguing. She was seated at the patio table, her head bowed over her school books. She was concentrating so hard on tracing a Gorohovity, I don't think she saw my reaction. We have always been careful not to disagree in front of her. I should have realized how insightful she can be. I watched my daughter forming the Dani words so carefully, and I remembered how easy it had been to convince Atris to start teaching her the art. He never did teach Sirius or Akanar. He started to. He wrote Jananin specifically for that purpose. But after a while, he feared they would abuse it, so he stopped. He's not worried with Yisha. He sees how curious she is about life, and how full of warmth she can be. It's obvious how much he adores her, as, I think, do Sirius and Akanar. If there is any hope in this for all of us, it will be through her. I must not let family tensions upset her. Tomorrow I will speak to Atris about my going to Tay for a few days. Perhaps time away will help me gain perspective and discover what it is I need to do.
And there we have Catherine's thoughts on the subject. So, she had convinced Atris to write in little prisons. So, out of the two suspects, who was the one capable of breaking in? Kind of interesting. So, just kind of moving slowly here, seeing if there's anything we can click. Seeing if there's any other clues that we need before we start moving on to other areas. And nothing really seems to be selectable. So we'll go ahead and move over. Nope, just glass. Move around this way. And again, just looking around, seeing if there's anything we missed. No pun intended. May as well head back now. And make our way towards Atris' bedroom to go ahead and find those pages. Let's see what happens when we touch the water. Ooh, ripple effect. Okay, sorry. Just squirrel moment there. Open the door. There we are. Good grief. Sorry guys, the caffeine hasn't kicked in yet, and if I'm a little quiet, that's why. Oh, that's what I forgot. Hey everybody, I'm Wheel Trouble, and welcome to Myst 4 Revelation. This is my Let's Play of that, and this is the third episode. Last episode we had woken up from a concussion where a bridge fell, and we're stuck trying to figure out who has kidnapped Yisha. A lot of fun, right? So, we're running around here. Atris can't come back. Atris is stuck in an electrical storm of sorts. I don't understand what that has to do with linking, but whatever. Maybe he just can't get to the linking book. I'm guessing here. And we have found out where Catherine is. She's actually on a vacation to Tay, wherever that is. And we're getting a cutscene into Atris' bedroom this time? Why? Anyway. Okay. So let's look around. and see what we can see here before we dive headlong into the books. Note. Okay. Catherine, my love, we must be united in this. Can you find it in your heart to listen and forgive? For I cannot be strong in this alone, Atris. Yes, that's actually Denis writing, and I've translated it before, so that's what those stand for. And those are actually hints. You'll go back to the tree and you can kind of see that. It literally is a family tree of Atris's family. I don't remember how far back it goes, but that's going to matter here. A little light. Okay. Papers. Can we open anything? Ah. Fireplace, enter inside. Okay. Nifty little instruction manual here. So apparently we're going to need to worry about a code inside the fireplace. And books. Red book. Neat looking design. And I'll leave you to the reading.
Spire, I've called it. For that's the image I kept in mind as I wrote the book that would link here. A soaring rock and crystal spire rising out of dense clouds like the watchtower of some gem-studded castle. Now that I'm here and am exploring the age in person, I find it to be exactly as I'd envisioned. Beautiful, yet so very deceptive. From the tower formation upon which I sit, an ocean of clouds spreads out below me. Rough stone steps descend toward them, ending at an empty terrace area. Created over centuries by the erosive power of wind, these steps are so evenly matched that I almost believe they were man-made. Yet, how could they be? For Spire has never had any inhabitants. Steps are not the only example of how the illusion I sought to create in this age holds true. Shortly after linking here, I walked through massive archways of stone, searching for a view beneath the clouds. As I walked, I felt as if the ghosts of a past civilization walked with me. This feeling was only enhanced by the beautiful harmonic sounds heard everywhere I went. I would have liked to determine the source of these sounds, simply for my own edification, but other concerns must take precedence. Having found the flora caverns and assured myself of Spire's ability to support human life, I'm at last ready to leave. I even feel more comfortable with my decision to use this age as a prison world if I must. Yet I am sad to leave it too. There is still so much I could learn about the art simply by spending more time here, comparing the age with my original intentions for it. Unfortunately, once I link away, dropping my Myst book into the clouds as I leave, I know I will never be back. And I truly must go, for I still have another prison age to investigate.
Alright, and we have a geocode so we can actually see Spire. And let me show you how this journal works while we do that. So I took a picture, and this viewer lets me see the picture and write a quick little set of notes about it. And yeah, that's actually me typing, that's not the game. So it's nice and wonderful, and you can keep track of your hints that way. And nothing left to this book. So let's go ahead and see what the other book has in store. Here we go.
Never be discouraged by a mistake, Atris. My grandmother, Anna, always used to say. Strive to learn from it instead, and you will achieve great things. Today on Haven, I saw my grandmother's words become truth. The broken ship merged into the causeway near Haven's coastline is exactly what I'd hoped it would be. A promise of intrigue and adventure, so palatable it made my own heart race with excitement to see it. I thought of how much fun the boys I'd met in Stoneship Age, Emmett, Branch, and Will, would have had playing in it, and almost wish I could bring their children here to do so. But Haven must remain off-limits to all if it's to become the prison world I wrote it to be. My sole foray into the Age has proved it to be capable of supporting human life, though of course none exists there at this time. Much of Haven's interior is comprised of a dense tropical rainforest, which is obviously teeming with beasts. I saw several as I explored, though they usually kept their distance. A few of the fruit eaters did stare at me curiously as I made my way under their nests. No doubt, having never encountered a human being before, they did not think to fear me. They might even have summoned the courage to become friends, had I stayed there any longer. Alas, I could not, for the weight of urgency was upon me, having convinced myself of the need to protect my Myst library should some overly greedy explorer stumble onto it. I felt it necessary to link home very quickly, taking only a few brief minutes to watch the sun set over Haven's freshwater lake. I swam out to the middle and linked away. By now, the linking book I used will have sunk underwater and have been destroyed. Consequently, there remains but one task to finish before I can sleep. I must write 2 additional linking books tonight, one for Haven and one for Spire, my other prison age, then place them on display in the library. I shall also have to warn Cirrus and Achenar to stay away from them, and tell Catherine, of course, when all is finished.
And the geocode for Haven. So, picture and notes on that. Rather interesting. And we can see how these are color-coded. We have blue for Haven and red for Spire. And those correspond with the codes back in, or the book covers back in Myst that we had to deal with as well. So you can obviously see which child got stuck where. Which is interesting. I would think Haven would be more warm tones. But I didn't write this, and they had to deal with the lore that they created, so I'm glad they stuck with it. So we need to turn these lamps on in order to generate power. We've got one going, so there's the other. And allegedly that's going to power the lasers. But we still don't know what to do with the fireplace, so we're going to leave that alone. And see what we can see while we explore. Books and baskets and all sorts of things, and nothing I can really dig into. It's interesting that it's a picture of the Myst Island with the boys, and no Yisha.
That was such a good day. I wish so many things, Atris. Tell me again we did the right thing.
I wonder how Yisha feels about that, considering that they don't have a family photo at all. I guess she understands. They were in prison before she was born. Also explains why she's busy trying to talk to them all the time. I wonder why that is, too. Then again, I'm the oldest sibling, so I have absolutely no basis for comparison. Now we need to figure out how to get this bridge over here. The good thing is it's nice and simple, so easy a kid could use it. That's probably the point, because Atris has a kid. And on to the living quarters. This is, well, not living quarters, this is their living room / kitchen area, and honestly, it's wonderful looking, so let's go ahead and explore it a little bit. And here's that little translation you guys are going to need later, along with some notes.
A bit more of a curve.
No, I'm only 10, Daddy. I don't think I can make a whole world.
You're not making a world, my desert bird. You're making a link to a world. Come on, I'll show you an easier one.
So, nifty little view of Atris teaching Yisha the art there. See anything else we can see? Pictures of the boys. Just in case you've forgotten what they look like, there's Cirrus. And the wild man Akinar. And those are fairly recent from the looks of things. Okay, moving around. Nothing special over there. Oh, remember that from the last game? Yep. No glowy object, though. You'd think that, you know, there'd be something memorable about that. Okay. Then again, so far, it's only really been showing us random key details. The crystal, I mean. Empty little kitchen area. And this really serves no purpose. Hear the water going. There we go, you can see it. So, little wash basin sink thing. Just running water, though. It doesn't have hot or cold. Rather curious there. They can build all these neat contraptions and we don't have hot running water. Haven't found a bathroom yet, either. Some things are too taboo for game design, I guess. Ooh, a chess set. Oh sure, and the crystal glows for this.
If he's thinking ahead, he'll see the trap I've set and leave my queen alone. But if he's not, I may just win this game in 2 moves.
Okay, so he's playing chess against one of the boys. And moving right along. Let's go ahead and explore down at the bottom there. That would end up being Yisha's bedroom if you haven't figured that out by now. So we have workshop, 2 botanical areas, well, 1 botanical, no, I guess it's 2. 2 little botanical areas, the generator, we have the bug house, laboratory area, and the bedrooms. So, into the little girl's room, the creepy little girl's room. We have a fish tank, some power source, a really neat looking bed tucked into the alcove there. Clothes of sorts.
Please, can I wear it today, Mommy?
No! Don't you want to keep it nice for the ceremony on Serenia next week? Anya told me you're getting a special necklace to go with it.
That nifty little special necklace is the one we're holding at this point. So, she has already worn that. Which means she can never wear it again, right? That's some unwritten rule of femininity. So we have quills. A rock. What is special about a rock?
Look, Mom. Look what Cirrus made me. It's a water spirit, just like I described to him. Isn't it beautiful?
A water spirit. Okay. So Cirrus has some sort of tool ability. Good to know. So far, not much trace of Akinar around here. Got 5 little balls that roll down. Not sure I understand what the point of that is. Something glowing there. Interesting. Why can't I open this? Okay, and we have books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they pop back out. Okay, so this is going to be a code panel. not something where we can just pull the books out. And you noticed all the Denis writing on it, right? Yeah. So we're going to need to figure out what the purpose is here and translate those out. So we're going to go back to this little teaching book here, grab a quick snapshot just to make our lives a little bit easier. And then we're going to have to translate all of this. Fun, right? And on the side there you can see Isha is writing the same thing over and over again. The Denis alphabet. This would be a fun thing to have cartouches of, right? Instead of having it be the hieroglyphs, have it be the alphabet. And there we have the family tree. So what we're going to need to do is essentially translate it and just work our way back on that family tree. Pretty simple, right? So 5 books, there's 5 people involved. If you haven't put the math together right now, that's Atris, Catherine, Cirrus, Akinar, and Yisha. And pretty well in that order, as a matter of fact. Family of 5, and it's those 5 books. So here we go. We're going to test out that hypothesis. I already did the translation for you. And then there we are. Let's see what we opened up here. This has got to be something good, right? Waterfront property. Not as exciting as I'd hoped. Swim fins? Okay, that's a clue. And some kind of painting? What is with this painting? There's light. Nothing really special going on other than those swim fins and the snorkel. I don't know if I'd want to be letting my daughter snorkel right next to a waterfall. What does this do? Just opens the door. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. So that was a dead end. I guess the next logical step is going to be to find the prison ages, wherever those are kept. And there's that glowy area down below. And it's right below the bedrooms, so I'm guessing we gotta figure out this fireplace thing. Well, last time we saw a fireplace was the original Myst. I wonder if those two have something in common. Boy, it'd be really handy to have that book just right front and center, wouldn't it? We'll take a quick gander around. If not, I'm gonna go through my old gameplay footage. Nothing. Ah, lasers. Oh, cool. It just shows the right combo. So what we need to do is push these to light up the necessary panels. And you'll notice where you push, it only lights up around it. It doesn't actually light up the panel you have, and you can only light up those squares. Alright, so down here, then this one will get these 4, and then this last one here should do it. Yay! That was easy enough. That was almost cheating. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look through here. Whoa!
Patience, my love. We've almost finished the linking chamber. There's just the security seal to install. But we will see our sons again soon, I promise you.
Blew the door right off the hinges. Good grief. And that's not small either, so that was one hell of an explosion. And we have the 2 books. And that's spun around, so we're needing to find our way in here. And yeah, this is the chamber we saw in the opening sequence. Okay, this should spin the ball around, giving us access to the books. So kind of a double security lock there. And which one to do first? Well, we could do Haven. We'll do that for the next episode. So this next episode will be Haven. We'll see you guys in episode 4, Wheel Trouble out.